So, what were you guys doing the last 3 days? For those of you who weren't following my Twitter, I was without power in the dead of winter due to a snowstorm on Monday that led into an ice storm Tuesday night, which blacked out almost completely 3 counties in eastern Pennsylvania, mine being one of them. At the height of the storm, my town that I live in here was 92% without power. 92%. The police station, a couple fire stations, shit like that, were the only things that had direct line power going to them. It was one of the most surreal experiences here for a number of reasons. And I'm basically making this video just to give you my perspective from it. I know there's a lot more tragic things in the world and shit like that, but it's, not so often that you get caught in the thick of things. And I happen to be, in this instance, caught in the thick of things. It was just surreal. And I don't know if a lot of people out there haven't been able to follow the news or talk to anyone about this, have been able to follow what exactly is going on in eastern Pennsylvania right now. But it was like to the point where like you would go out in the town that I lived in and everything would be just pitch black. Obviously there's no power, but I'm talking like no street lights, no stoplights, just basically, driving around as careful as possible. Keep in mind the road conditions are shit on top of everything else. It was a fucking nightmare. A drive that would take you 10 minutes, 1 mile in any direction from here, or a couple miles in any direction from here, took you an hour because of just the traffic, the road conditions. Trees were down everywhere, power lines were down everywhere. It literally looked like tornadoes ran through 3 counties and just devastated them. It is that fucking bad. At the height of the power outages here, 700,000 people, over 700,000 people were without power. I just got my power back today after 3 days of having no power. There's still over 200,000 people without power. The temperatures at night are going down into the teens. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to sleep in a house where you have no heat and it goes down to the teens at night. Let me tell you, it fucking sucks. Now, the one thing that I had going for me was that I had a fireplace in my house. And that was the one thing that was making conditions livable here. And I live in a 2-story, 3-bedroom house. Trying to heat the entire house with that fireplace is impossible. I mean, it was to the point where upstairs it'd get to like 48, 49 degrees at best. But it made me think about things because like there's a number of people in my neighborhood that, don't have fireplaces. This specific part of town isn't gas heat. So, some people would, I remember back when I lived in New Jersey, when there was a power outage in winter time, you would just either use a gas fireplace if you had one, or you turn the oven on. I know as unsafe as that may be, that's what you did. Probably still do today. It even got to the point where one family right outside of Philadelphia last night, they were so cold that they brought their charcoal grill in their house just to have heat. And all 4 people got carbon monoxide poisoning. It just goes to show you how desperate, like maybe, the logic of, okay, this probably isn't that good of an idea, but we need to stay fucking warm. And I tell you, it was tough. It was tough even here as someone who had a fireplace here. Like, granted, it was nice that, new dog could lay in the bed with me and I'd get a little, peripheral heat from that. It was tough, and I can just imagine like some of the elderly, some of the children, etc., that are trying to sleep in this shit. I had a hard time sleeping the past 3 nights, and Jesus Christ, I'm a young, agile, healthy young man, but it's been really weird because it's been surreal. I'm like one of those quote-unquote spoiled little Americans with technology and stuff, having 3 days with no electricity not being able to turn on a computer. I could, you know, post stuff on my Twitter via my telephone, but even that I had to use sparingly because I had no way to recharge it other than when I went in my car and, you know, drove somewhere, tried to drive somewhere. It's just complete chaos going anywhere in this area right now. It's just so surreal because it's like, well, you got to find stuff to do, and it's amazing. Without electricity, my productivity just in just other things in my life was tenfold. I got done so much shit in this house that I've been putting off for a long time. Just fixing things and changing things up and doing what I could with minimal light and shit like that. It just, I don't know, it just really made me think about things of like, wow, is this what life is like when, you know, I'm not stuck in front of a television or a computer, or before I had that stuff, or before humans had that stuff, you know. It really kind of just like stuck in my mind of like, you know, how much time and effort and just, you know, life in general I waste in front of technology. Now granted, there's part of the technology aspects like making these videos here for you guys that I enjoy. By the way, thank you to all of you that commemorated my 40,000 subscription mark that passed, I guess, a day or two ago. Saw a couple messages you guys tweeted to me and sent to my inbox via my phone, and couldn't obviously get to all of them, but thank you for that. You know, it's nothing I really want to make a, you know, flip head over heels video about, but thank you. I appreciate any significant growth, whatever you want to call that. Anyway, yeah, just really put things into perspective about how productive a life I could have here, just from like doing shit at home. It just really showed me how much fucking time I waste, because it was like I was getting so much shit done, and then it'd be like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'd be like, damn, I'm now like searching for stuff to do because I've done so fucking much without watching TV and movies or dicking around on the computer while I'm home. Anyway, just to put things into perspective here, I just wanted to share that here with you guys. And on top of like thanking you guys for, you know, thanking me for hitting that 40,000 subscriber mark, thank you to every single one of the Pico workers and the hundreds upon hundreds of utility workers that have come in from out of state, working some cases 24 hours a day, getting a minimal break, and going right out, trying to put these 3 counties in eastern Pennsylvania back together right now. Just people just, you know, manning chainsaws, laying new power lines, putting up new transformers, just working effortlessly. You go around any one of these towns right now, you just see them working non-stop. There is literal tent cities set up in 3 counties in eastern Pennsylvania right now to house the workers that have come in from out of state. Hotels are completely booked pretty much everywhere, like in a 20-mile direction from here, because the people that, you know, didn't want to stay at home went into hotels. The workers that came in from out of towns took up hotels as well, and the leftovers are staying in literal tent cities right now. It's nuts. It looks like a literal war zone here, not to diminish what an actual war zone is, but it's pretty bad here. And the fact that there are still several 100,000 people without power right now, going into day 4, into another night of temperatures going into the teens, next 2 nights going into the single digits, is fucking frightening. I mean, the only positive from that is that food is not spoiling, because I, like many other people, just packed our refrigerated food in snow, because there was a foot of snow last Monday. And anyway, just wanted to kind of just make a video here just spelling out what it's like in the thick of things here. I don't know if you guys have been following it on the news. I don't know how much has even been covered by the news. Like I said, I haven't been able to watch TV for the past 3 days. But it's pretty fucking bad. You know, I'm not going to scream, oh, this is the worst thing in the world or anything else. But it's, like I said earlier, it was a unique experience, at least from the end of things, to get my lazy ass up from sitting in front of a computer in my spare time or watching a movie in my spare time and just being productive, playing with the dog a little more, doing more shit around the house, etc., spending more time with girlfriend, you know, all that normal shit that you should do no matter what, whether there's electricity or not. Anyway, so those of you that were, writing me messages saying, are you okay and all that shit, yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine. People around here have it a lot worse than I do. Like I said, at least I have a fireplace for my house. But yeah, anyway, that's what my past 3 days were like. Again, I can't stress enough, thank you to all the utility workers that were busting their asses 24/7 to get power in houses back like this one in what is a very reasonable amount of time for what the damage was. There's some people that they're saying, your power isn't going to be back for a full week to 10 days. That's how bad it is in this area. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to enjoy sleeping in the heat tonight for the first time in a long time. Electric heat, not fireplace heat, even though fireplace heat is nice. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Everyone have a better day, a safer tomorrow, hopefully a warmer tomorrow for a lot of my fellow citizens here in eastern Pennsylvania. And yeah, that's everything. Take care, guys.